get going with this here. And so I will tell you right off the bat that the marks will change, okay? Just to make it easier. So instead of the 3.5, you cross that off, right, at the top, and just say this will be out of 5 when we're done with this question, right? So the first mark will go to the payment. And this is the thing, you have to borrow, right, that much, which is really the loan for us. It's also here, right? It's the initial unpaid balance. So for the payment, we simply take that, we multiply it not by the interest rate. For the payment, you need the table rate, which is down here, and that is 1874, right? When you go grab it, you match 4.5% with 5 years, that's 1874, and so your payment should be 201.46. And that would be a -1 if you got that wrong, right? It's worth a mark. I go ahead and put that in here right off the top. That doesn't change once you got it. And now we need to figure out the rest, right? Interest is also, this was going to be worth a full mark here. So I take my unpaid balance. So this is basically interest on my first month's payment, right? So that's what it looks like. Okay? So loan times interest rate divided by 100 turns out to this, divided by 12, and that should be $40.31. I'll tell you how to mark it later. I'll kind of try to go through some scenarios to help you mark this. But if you completely, like you show the work and it's completely different than what I have here, that would be a -1 right away, this cell here. It's kind of like the start. And then to get the principal, right, this is lowercase I and this is lowercase p. So you just go payment, 201.46 minus 40.31. And this cell would give you 161.15. Okay, that's what you should get here. But I'm not going to take off again. Like, let's say you got this wrong and you're showing me that you're subtracting or that's what you did. This is not, just don't take any marks off, right? And so minus 161.75, you get on in this cell 10,588.85. We already got started here. I'm sure you'll catch up. Okay, so these two are worth half a mark each. So 1, half, and half, right? Then we'll do it all over again for the second month. We take the 10,588.85, multiply by 0.045, divided by 12. Sorry, I'm using up some space there. 39.71 should be the interest. And then this cell should be 161.75. And then this cell should be 10,427.10. If this is the number you have here, and you have all dollar signs, everything has dollar signs, it's rounded to 2 decimals, it's beautiful, you get 5 out of 5, right? Right away. That's it, right? It's as simple as that. If you now even forgot as much as $1 sign, I hate to tell you, you'll get 4.5 out of 5 on a test, right? Even if you miss 2, 3, 4, 5, I would just take off half a mark once for this question. You got your payment wrong, that'd be 4 out of 5. And then I would have to see, did you do the rest correctly based on your payment? The interest should still be the same, to be honest. If you did, like, it should be the same. So just watch out for that. So, and if you filled out the whole thing, everything from payment, but it's all different, I'd give you 2 out of 5 today. 2 out of 5 for still going through the motions and trying to fill that in. Because this is supposed to help you learn and keep you engaged, okay? So you figure out what you got out of 5, okay? You're the teacher. B. Oh, by the way, I can guarantee you that there's going to be an amortization table on the test. Is it going to be partially filled in? Is it going to be from scratch? I'm not going to tell you that, but you need to know how they work. Okay, so have something. And this comes back in home finance, guys. Home finance, same. So you're preparing yourself for the future. How much interest did non-meat paid on the first month? You just go grab that one. That's just $40.31. If you got like a ridiculous number up here and you're quoting it, that's fine. That you don't lose the marks, Herbie, because you tell me I know where that would be, and that's what the point is here. Next is how much interest will you have paid over the 5 years? It's asking for TI, total interest. This question is also going to change. It's not going to be worth 1, it's going to be worth 2. So you have to do quite a few steps here. So TI is payment times 12 months times 4. So that's basically 48 payments of that minus the loan. And that gives you 1287.60 minus 10,750, and that is 1,337.60. What's that? Oh, it's 5 years. Sorry. Yeah, right there. Thank you. But the number is still correct. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that. That's good. We want to make sure we don't confuse anybody here. Yeah, that's good. 60 payments, I should say. 60 payments of 201.46. And so if your payment was wrong up earlier in A, and you're showing me the exact same steps, you still get the 2 marks, okay? Your loan would be different, your payment will be different, right? But if you're showing me that step, you still get the 4 marks. So I go X for wrong number, but I go step for correct steps. Okay, so this page is worth 8. All right, so put at the somewhere towards the bottom, say, hey, I got this much out of 8. Makes it easier to add this up later. Next page, 2 marks. So half a mark for the reason, half a mark for description. So reason should be something short like safer. Why is that? Right? Car comes with latest safety technology. It comes with latest safety features. Don't say just because it's new. Right? Features. You can say backup camera. Lane departure assist, etc., etc. Right? And then next could be lower maintenance costs, right? Lower maintenance cost. Why is that? New cars, right? New cars come with warranty. Again, you don't want to just say because it's new, right? It's specific to why, and the warranty usually takes care of that. Don't have answers that are too close, too similar. Like it's a new car, right? New cars are reliable, and then it's like lower maintenance costs because it's a new car and reliable, right? Like it's too similar to, so try to kind of distance yourself from something that sounds close. Okay. You could also write down customization, right? You can customize it to your liking, things like that. It's all acceptable here. So this should come from a list that you have, and watch for this, right? It does say 2 advantages. If it had said disadvantages, right? Oh, disadvantages, high depreciation costs, right? You lose a lot of value the first 5 years, right? A lot more than later on. You can say you pay for freight, right? You pay more for options. You pay, right? Like things like that. It costs more to insure, stuff like that. You got to show me that you were in class, right? There we go. Next, 3. Ellen wants to see how much money she would lose if she bought a Toyota Corolla, and it only depreciates at 15% per year, and the current value is 15,000. So calculate total depreciation. When is depreciation, right? No tax, right? No tax for these types of questions. Okay. So depreciation, you could go like this. A lot of you use the formula I gave you for depreciation, which is just fine, which is the shortcut, right? So 15% off the first year, that would be 2,250, and then minus, you subtract that, right, for your year 2. So you have 12,750, find 15% again, that is 19,1250. Okay, so it asks for total depreciation, which is the total amount lost. So you need to give me that extra step where you add them up, and this is your depreciation. I don't care how you did it, to be honest, as long as you show me the work and you get that number, we're good. So half, 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 right? So half for each component. On a test, if you don't add it up, I would probably go -1, but because it's worth 1.5, I'll just do that for today. What is the depreciated value? So basically the residual value. So residual value, we don't worry about taxes here. So you can take the 15 grand that you started with and you subtract what has been lost, and you get 10,837.50. Okay. So that has been lost. So, oh, sorry, this is what remains, residual value, depreciated value, right? How much is it after the loss, right? So my bad. And then this one, there was a fuel economy on the quiz. You know what? I was actually impressed. You guys are, you must have had a good teacher in grade 11, because your skills were pretty good on this one. I mean, not everybody aced it, but I did see quite a few of you that you knew what had to be done. Anyways, for the test, moving forward, when you have a question with fuel economy, right, this is gold, right? This is your what we call fuel economy. You're gonna have to use that. It tells you how many liters you use for 100 kilometers traveled, right? You're planning a trip that is this far. So you need to use this to figure out how many liters, right? So that should be your first step. Like, hey, how many liters will I need for that trip? Okay. I actually do this when I go on a longer trip, like because you need to budget for gas, right? And so 2450, and obviously this is an estimation tool, because if you go through Calgary and it's rush hour, you're gonna burn a lot more gas than this, right? Because you're stopping and going. So X liters for 2450 kilometers, right? So then please don't go equals next to it. That is a notation error. It's actually not true. Just X is that, not the whole thing. So 2450 times 11.7. And you know what? If you have your own method of doing this, some of you did, just show me the work and I'm okay with that. So this actually takes you 286.5 liters that you will need. And that's when you go cost. Cost will be liters times the dollars per liter, right? Times the price. That's basically what it is. So 286.5, right? Liters times good. These were the good old days, right? 98.7. That's you multiply, right? This by the liters. Victor, you're not agreeing? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Did you catch that? And I'm sure a lot of, if you did this right. Yeah, thank you. Uh, can I say something about rounding? When you're working through the question, use as many decimals as possible, right? When you're still working, except for money. Money you can round. It's always 2 decimals, by the way, at the end. But if it's not money, you can actually give more than 2 decimals. It's allowed. But with money, they're very strict. Just 2 decimals, okay? So this, let's put the 6 there where it belongs, right? 286.65, yeah. Times this, which is 282.92. And so you would get 1 mark for the liters and then 1 mark for calculating the cost. If you didn't get the liters right, but you show me that you're multiplying it by the price, you still get a mark, 1 mark. So this backside is kind of weird. It's going to be 6.5 because that one question is 1.5. So somewhere at the bottom, just add it up out of 6.5. Is there anything else I wanted to say about this? If you need more help with fuel economy, look up the fuel economy section in the booklet, and the keys are all posted. They're all bunched up. So you just go look for fuel economy and just work through a few of those. Okay. So you need to budget about $300 to go to BC. Right? One way. And have anybody been to BC?